Threat detected.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, hmm? Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything. What? No, wait. Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry. I assure you it is not. Grace was personally responsible for its selection after what else concerned you? These are all fundamental building blocks of the universe. Together, they form the primordial soup our galaxy was formed from. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say. I miss her skepticalness and insight. If we could agree on a topic, look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and... Why, I'm shocked. I'm certainly glad Seer Bujold isn't present to hear such needlessly... There is no call for that sort of meanness in the scientific field. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujold's research, which is quite brilliant. While your dialectical alternative of think is distractingly unsettling, perhaps I am, at times, pompously self-assured. I should the experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. There was notable variance to the input data, to an extent suggesting external dithering occurred. I hate to use the word sabotage, but disruptive intent seems clearly discernible. I strongly doubt. I fear this was a waste.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add. There's a critical flaw in Seer Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by time flies like an arrow. I much appreciate this jest. Very simple, yet clever. Because in English, the word like can mean similar to. Through this perspective, it functions, makes sense, is humorous even. But in the framework we interpret the statement from changes. Thus rendering it uninterpretable. False. Bujold's method of shortcutting the universal equation is much the same.
It lacks context. When you extrapolate the data from the mini-universe to the larger one, the information itself may scale correctly, but fail to interrelate.
We tried. Our fallback plan's our only option.
What was that? You're starting to worry me. What do you intend to do? The experiment data, there was notable variance to the input data, to an extent suggesting external dithering occurred. I hate to use the word sabotage, but disrupted, I strongly doubt.
Now's not the time for a tete-a-tete, I'm afraid.
There was notable variance to the input data, I admit.
Best attend to the matter at hand. We can indulge in all sorts of idle talk after.
I'll meet you out on the landing pad, once this is done.
There, perhaps I oughtn't have reclosed. Wait. Really? In what? This? It simply needs to be revised. Look, there may be some validity to Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built up. Now you've resorted to lying just to be hurtful. I've seen it before, and the experiment data just arrived in my terminal. There was notable variance to the input data, to an extent suggesting external dithering occurred. I admit this is making me miss my debates with Anchoress Chow. Well, we rarely, I feel this was a waste.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add. There's a critical time through this perspective. The framework...
It lacks context.
We try.
What was that? You're starting to worry me. What do you intend to do?
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous A key experiment fails and Anchoress Brunn falls prey to an unfortunate accident right after you and your consort arrive.
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an Order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado.
According to my field calculations, we are well past the point where we need to be delicate here. In fact, I strongly suggest we wipe the floor with these ill-notioned traitors, starting with this one, the arrogant know-nothing who led Anchoress Brunn astray.
This slapdash pretense is over. I knew it!
Taking punitive action! The fight was grim.
I understand now.
That,
Don't think I don't see your handprints all.
in fact,
This slap.
Take it!
Subtracted. Calculated. Sent. Anomalous outliers.
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. A key experiment.
that,
Don't think I don't see your handprints all.
according to my field, in fact, I strongly suggest we wipe the floor with these ill.
This slap.
To battle!
Flying limits for the damage, Commander.
I understand
That,
Don't think I don't see your handprints all. It's all over this
according to my in fact,
This.
None shall stand against us! Your vitals look grim, Commander.
I understand. Don't think I don't see your handprint.
According to my... In fact,
This slapdash pretense is... Oh,
Your vitals look grim, Commander. Your judgment has found you! What's this?
Great energy if you can reach it.
I understand now.
that,
Don't think I don't see your hand.
according to my field calculus... In fact,
This slap...
You try to limit your damage.
That assessment confirmed.
I understand. Don't think I don't see your hand.
according to my field... In fact,
This...
capacitor deployed. Free energy.
I understand.
That,
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over
according to my... In fact, I strongly suggest...
this.
Taking
Mitigating the threat. Taking the fight out. Fortificator at ready status. Throwing energy your way. Reviving me is in everyone's best interest.
I understand.
That,
Don't think I don't see your
in fact,
this.
close me. I am.
Can't attack what's not there.
taking the fight out of them. Commander, throwing energy your way. Fortificator is charged.
Would not refuse medical support.
on my hammer.
It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful. It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
Commander, it's customary to evaluate results after a mission of reasonable significance. Would now be good? I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you and I might talk it through. A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep cycle is when it usually plagues me the most. We could have done better by Anchoress Brunn. If we'd properly convinced her to abandon the research, I'd doubtlessly still lament duping her, but she'd be alive. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brunn rears its head, it will need to get in line. Yes, Southworth was complicit, and now she's dead. I hope so, at least. According to Anais, we could have reduced the likelihood of that occurring by completing the brain-off. It's not anywhere near zero, but it's unlikely. Let's say there are no present perils from my romantic past I'm aware of, though I can't rule it out completely. No, I'm thinking more about Anais. She seemed pleased that we at least attempted to address her concerns, so I've changed, apparently. Thanks to you. Oh, Brunn obviously murdered her. But you knew that. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow unconscious. Or not. Indefinite immurement isn't for everyone. Even the finest minds may crack under the strain. But her canned, feigned concern about Chow, how she kept changing the subject, both belied an underlying sense of guilt to me. Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over, Commander.